Hey, let's write another song. Today I'm going to try to write something that constantly builds in a straight ramp upwards to a big, huge climax, and then it ends. So what I actually want to do is start by writing the part that is the climax, writing the biggest, most dense part first, and then building up to it. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is lay down an enormous synth pad. And I'm going to compress the crap out of it so it just has no dynamics. It's just this wall of sound. Dark. Sometimes just having the kick on every single eighth note is an awesome sound. I want to make those sounds super nasty, so this will just be our kick drum, and now I'm going to make a track just for our nasty-nass. Nasty-nass. Alright. We got... Right now, that's not super nasty, so what we're going to do is distort the crap out of it. We do a lot of things till the crap comes out of it. So we compress the crap out of it, distort the crap out of it, and then what you got is a bunch of crap. This kick drum really isn't working like a kick drum. I'm actually going to pitch it up an octave and have it be more like an ambient tapping in the back of your head kind of feeling. Now we could use a real kick drum, so I'm just going to call this the smacky drums. Smacky drums. And we'll get a real kick drum going. Ding, ding, ding. Now let's throw down some bubbly bass. Here's my bass. Matching that kick drum sound. And it also follows the chords of the pad. Now I feel like it needs a little bit more harmonic and rhythmic counterpoint. So right now we have the pad basically playing single notes, which imply more or less what the chords are going to be, and then the bass is just doubling those notes. So we don't have much in terms of explicit harmony going on right now. So I'm going to put in some harmony and also a counter rhythm to go against everything that's happening now. So counter harmony. Now we need to build slowly, bit by bit, up to that. So we'll take about 2 minutes of music to get to the climax, and so there are a number of good approaches to building up to this point. A really obvious one is to just add one layer at a time. I want to do that a little bit here. I'm just going to take the layer of the bells that were just doubling all that harmony stuff, and I'm going to use that as the starting idea and see how that sounds by itself. Alright, So that's a pretty bright sound. And at this early stage in the piece, when we're trying to get our ramp as dramatic as possible, having that much high frequency stuff already makes us kind of lose an opportunity. It's possible not just to build in terms of how high an instrument plays, but you can build in terms of how high the frequencies that are actually coming out of the instrument are. So to demonstrate this, if I put an EQ on this thing and cut out the high end like this, then you hear and I can actually build by increasing the frequencies that I'm allowing to pass through my EQ. So I want to use that technique to build during this piece. I'm going to not only build in terms of range and density and all that and dynamics, but I'm going to build in terms of the frequencies that are coming through. So I'm going to lower these bells an octave to get them lower, and I'm going to put a filter on them that's going to give you a bit of a low sedated sound. And I'm going to put a little delay on them too. That sounds pretty subtle. I'm going to add in a little counterpoint over time. Now let's stick the big pad in for this next repeat and make it a little bit less big. So before it was like this, but I'm going to lower that compression, distortion stuff. Actually, I'm just going to take that compression out altogether. It's nice and subtle. Now the next chunk, let's throw in bells. But I'll put them also down an octave. And maybe actually I'll record a whole different part for this. This seems like a good moment to bring that high end back in the bells, like opening up that treasure chest moment. Let's see how the smacky drums sound there. That's a bit much. So let's cut out some of the high frequencies. Actually, let's cut out some of the distortion that's happening there. And it would be cool to mix things up a bit at this point, so that it's not just hearing the same things over and over again, changing a little each time. So I'm going to record something new right here, a whole new beat. That's cool. Alright. Woo! We're almost there. And so now we have to get from here to here. Let's put the drum beat in as we have it in our climax section and see how that feels. It might be too much too soon, but we're pretty revved up at this point. There's a big dynamic jump. So let's get those bells to continue and see how that goes. All right. Yeah, maybe we'll have a little space right before the climax. That could be cool. I'm waltzing without a sense, waiting for your war again. You're warm and too thin. I'm waltzing without a sense of up, without a sense of where I've been.